Hello everyone. Today I am here at the iMONASTERY area. As you can see, it's a very nice surroundings, surrounded by the beautiful nature. You may hear the sound of the winds and the bird is chirping around me. It's very relaxing. And we are just entering the rainy seasons. That means the monk will stay at one place for the next 90 days. We're not allowed to travel unless something emergency or something very important. And I like to take this time again to answer some of the questions that I received from my monks brother and from the lay people who come and practice meditation here at the iMONASTERY about how to stay focused during the meditation. I believe this is the big issue for many of us, whether we are a beginner or we consider ourselves an advanced meditator. From time to time, we may feel that it's so difficult to stay focused during the meditation. Whatever meditation object that we are using, sometimes it's very hard for us to keep the mind stay still inside the body, even for a short moment during that meditation practice. Today we will take a look deeper into this question according to the Buddhist perspective of how to stay focused during the meditation. Let's hang out with our great teacher, the Buddha. Before we jump into the idea of how to stay focused during the meditation, I think it is important to start off with understanding the nature of human mind. Human mind is a wandering element. It likes to think and it thinks a lot. It thinks very fast and it thinks very far, and that's the nature of human mind. Sometimes we compare human mind as a monkey. The nature of the monkey is it doesn't like to stay still at one place for long. Usually it jumps from one tree to another. It goes wherever it wants to go. All of a sudden it just moves from one tree to another. And if you want to steal the monkey, you need to do something, right? For example, we give banana to the monkey and then the monkey can stop and stay focused with that banana. So after finish eating the banana, then the monkey jump again. No matter what meditation object that you use, after a while, the mind will lose focus. It start moving to follow whatever it desires, easily to get excited, whether something positive or negative, and that's the nature of human mind. From the Buddha perspective, he mentioned that one of the reasons that human mind cannot stay focused is because that person lack of sense control, meaning that we don't guard our sense well from what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch, what we think of. Human being, we are experience the world through this sixth sense door. We get information through this door from what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, and what we touch. If we don't guard our sense door well, we will allow those information come through this sixth sense door without a proper filtering. And then when it gets to the mind, it crowded the mind, it stir up the mind instead of the mind being still. If you don't guard your sense door well, you will allow those input come through your sixth sense door. It go directly to your mind, and that stir up the stillness of the mind. For example, you may be sitting relaxed somewhere, you feel good, you feel comfortable, and all of a sudden you hear the beautiful sound of the music. It happened to be your favorite song. If you're not mindful enough, that sound of beautiful music will go to your ear and go directly to your mind. And when that happens, the mind cannot stay still. Or you may feeling good, have a deep meditation while you are being relaxed, and all of a sudden you think of someone say something bad to you the other day ago, and all of a sudden that thought pop up in your mind, and then you cannot stay focused because the mind go after that feeling that you're not feeling good about someone say something bad to you the other day ago. This is just example. The other thing the Buddha mentioned about why it's so difficult to stay focused during meditation, simply because that person break precept. To me, this is quite interesting. What is precept and why breaking precept has anything to do with focusing the mind during meditation? Just to keep it simple, if you may have heard about the 5 precepts, right? Avoid killing, avoid stealing, avoid sexual misconduct, avoid false speech, and avoid intoxicants. So these are the universal morality that everyone should practice and observe. And if we happen to break one of these precepts or the combination of this, it creates worry to the mind. When we go meditate and reflect on our own action, we may say something bad to someone, we may hurt someone unintentionally or intentionally. This situation will worry the mind, especially when you are in deep meditation. Your mind may be very soft, very calm, very relaxed, and all of a sudden that worry or that guilt feeling will show up into your mind. How do we deal with this? There must be a practical way for us to put into practice, then we can stay focused during the meditation, right? There is one particular that came across to my mind when thinking about how to stay focused during the meditation. It's the story about a venerable monk named Chulapanthak. Chulapanthak ordained as a Buddhist monk. He has a very short concentration He cannot memorize even the short discourse of the Buddha, the short words of the teaching or the short chanting. Even though the chanting or the Dhamma that he trying to memorize is very short, but he has a hard time to memorize those chanting or those Dhamma. His brother Mahapandaka also ordained as a Buddhist monk. He came to him and said, you know what, maybe this monastic life is not for you. Even a very short Dhamma or the short words of chanting, you still cannot memorize it. Maybe you should be considering to disrobe and go back home and live life as a lay person. Chulapanthak was very upset and he didn't know how to deal with this. He had a very short concentration and had a hard time trying to stay focused and memorize the words or the teaching of the Buddha. He was thinking of disrobing and go back home as his brother monk suggests. However, he had a chance to meet with the Buddha. The Buddha asked him, where are you going? What happened to you? And he said to the Buddha, I am thinking of disrobing and go back home to be a layman. He said, why is that? Because I have a hard time to stay focused and try to memorize even the short teaching of the Dhamma. And my brother monk suggests me to disrobe. As a great teacher, the Buddha understands what's happening to Chulapanthak, and he is trying to help him by gave him the white cloth and asked him to sit down and meditate. The Buddha asked Chulapanthak to do two things. You sit over there, you rub the white cloth, at the same time you reciting the mantra. You said, Racho Haranang, Racho Haranang, Racho Haranang. You keep on rubbing the cloth and keep on repeating this mantra. Can you do that? Chulapanthak said, yes sir, I think I can do that. So he sat there and he followed the instruction of the Buddha by just keep on rubbing the cloth and reciting the mantra Racho Haranang, Racho Haranang, Racho Haranang, meaning that taking on impurity. So he was sitting there, relaxed and enjoy rubbing the cloth and reciting the mantra Racho Haranang, Racho Haranang. So this helped him to stay focused. His mind was not distracted with anything else in the whole world. He stayed with the cloth and he stayed with the mantra. And after a while, he realized that the white cloth that he received from the Buddha is become dirty as he rubbed the cloth. So he reflects on this nature of this cloth that, oh, even though the cloth was white and now it's become dirty. Why it's become dirty? Because it gets dirt from my hand. That's why the cloth become darker and darker. If we reflect on the story of Chulapanthak, I think we learn a lot of how he can stay focused during meditation. While he was walking before he met the Buddha, his mind was worried about disrobing because people said he's not a good monk, he don't have good memory, he have a short concentration, he should disrobe and go home. And as he met the Buddha calmed him down. He feel very comfortable, feel very relaxed, feel very peaceful and feel very secure when he met the Buddha. So his mind relieved from those worry and those negative thoughts that he received from others. And then the Buddha gave him meditation object to practice, which is the white cloth and the mantra. So while he feel relaxed and keep his mind busy with rubbing the cloth and reciting the mantra, then he can stay focused and go deeper and deeper into his meditation. And at the end, he attained Nibbana. Let's put everything we learned today into practice. So I come up with the 5 tips that might help you to stay focused during your meditation much better, whatever technique that you use. First, select your meditation object. You should know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, which object you feel comfortable, which object you feel very difficult when you practice meditation. In this case, Chulapanthak used the mantra. What is the mantra? The mantra is just a word that you can use. You just keep repeating it over and over. Can be any word that you understand, that you feel comfortable. Buddhist monks sometimes they use the Pali word, but for the lay people, we can use any word in English word that you understand and you feel relaxed when saying it. For example, you can say peace and calm, peace and calm, peace and calm, or clear and bright, clear and bright, clear and bright, which refer to the nature of human mind. Can be any word that you feel very comfortable, but don't force yourself to say that word in your mind. You need to feel very relaxed as you hear that sound echoing from far away, just like the sound of the bird, the sound of the beautiful music from somewhere far away. You just sit there and just keep repeating silently and relaxingly in your mind. And as you can see, using the mantra is just one meditation object that we can use, similar to Chulapanthak. He feels comfortable with that and it helped him to stay focused. For us, we can try something else as well. For example, some people use the breath as the object of meditation. When they breathe in and breathe out, they just simply observe how the body breathes. Sometimes they keep their attention fixed at one place, maybe here between their nostril and the upper lips. Just keep the focus here while breathe in and breathe out, and just simply observe. Or maybe just observe how the chest is rising as we inhale and falling back down as we exhale. Or observe the belly. When we breathe in, it's expanding. When we breathe out, it's contracting. You can observe your own breath and stay focused wherever you feel comfortable while you're breathing. For some people, they use visualization technique by visualizing the meditation object of their choice to help keep the mind calm and stay focused. Can be the full moon, the bright shiny star, the crystal ball, or the flower. Can be anything that help calm the mind down and keep the mind stay focused during the meditation. The bottom line is you must feel comfortable. You must feel easy. Do not try to use your physical eye, try to locate that object when you meditate. If you do that, you may feel tension around your eyes, and eventually you may lose focus during the meditation because you have the physical discomfort somewhere in the body. That is number one. Make sure you find the meditation object to stay focused first. You have to be clear with that. Okay, in this session, I'm going to focus on the breath, or I'm going to focus on the mantra, or I'm going to combine two techniques, visualization and the mantra. Whatever it is, it's okay. But make sure you are clear of meditation object that you are going to use to help you to stay focused during that meditation session. And the second thing is also very important when it comes to stay focused during meditation, which is the relaxation of the physical body. Meditation is about relaxation and stay focused. In order for the mind to be able to stay focused fully and continuously, our physical body needs to be fully relaxed as well. So please do not overlook the importance of this foundation. No matter how long you have been meditating, if you understand this concept and put into practice properly, from this moment on, whatever technique that you use, your meditation will be much easier from now on. If you understand these two principles between relaxation and stay focused, whatever meditation technique that you use from now on will be much easier. So before you meditate, make sure you take good care of your physical body first. If you have time, maybe you can take a walk for a few minutes, or you can sit, relax, have a cup of tea, drink enough water, just to slow down, sit, relax. Whenever you feel ready, then you can go back and meditate. And the third one I would suggest is start from something small. Keep it small. Small means you may get excited about that technique, you know that it worked for you. If you plan to sit for 1 hour at the beginning, you may find it's very difficult. As you keep on sitting, you may not see the result as you expect, and then later on you quit. So instead of forcing yourself to sit for a long session and hope to get the result, start from something small to help build your confidence, to help you get started with. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, to see if you can stay focused with that meditation object that you choose. So 5 minutes is not that long, right? I think the mind can stay for 5 minutes. If you set goal for 1 hour, deep down the mind may feel uncomfortable to sit here for the next 1 hour just focusing on this particular object. So let's start from something small, okay? 5 or 10 minutes as you feel comfortable. And number 4, I think is also important because we may have time to sit 30 minutes or 1 hour during the day, but the rest of the day we spend time doing something else. I suggest you to start practice something called mindfulness, to do everything during the day in a comfortable way, do one thing at a time, stay relaxed, enjoy whatever you do in front of you fully. Many monks here in the iMONASTERY, during the day, the technique that they use is they give themselves 1 minute every 1 hour to bring the mind back to the body. And how can they do that? Most of the monks here, they have their own alarm clock or the cell phone wherever they go in the monastery every 1 hour. And when they hear that alarm clock, they stop whatever they do, they close their eye, they bring the mind back to the body, they take a deep breath, they stay relaxed. Basically, they stay with themselves in that 1 minute. And after 1 minute is over, they open up their eye, relax, and go back to continue doing what they were doing. So this may be helpful. Every 1 hour, bring the mind back to the body, 1 minute. Maybe you can apply this technique during the day. Here, another thing I found is very useful here in helping us to stay focused during meditation. We usually start off with chanting first. We chant about 15 to 30 minutes before meditation session. And during that chanting, it helps the mind to, it's more like prepare the mind to come back to the body. during the day we have been doing a lot of things. We talk, we make decisions, we meet with a lot of people, and when everyone go to the meditation room in the evening, we start the chanting first, 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And during that chanting period, it helps the mind to slow down the thought process. It helps the mind to slowly come back to the body. It may not be able to stay still fully, but at least during that 15 and 30 minutes, when we chant, the mind slowly come back to the present moment. And when the chanting is done, we sit, we close our eye, all of a sudden the mind come back to the body and stay still. It helps us to stay focused much better. I hope these 5 tips would help you to stay focused during meditation much better. Reflect on this again. Number 1, select your meditation object to stay focused. You have to be clear which object you are going to use. And number 2, make sure that your body is fully relaxed. Exercise, have a cup of hot tea first before you sit. Number 3, start small. Select the time that you feel comfortable, 5 or 10 minutes, and go from there. And you can increase meditation time later on. And number 3, make sure during the day you practice mindfulness. Stay focused on whatever in front of you and ask yourself during the day, where is my mind now? And then try to bring the mind back to the body more often. And the last one is about chanting. You may try to practice any form of chanting first, maybe 5 or 10 minutes before meditation, to see if this helps you to stay focused during meditation. So hope these 5 tips are helpful in helping you to stay focused much better during meditation. See you next time. Namo Buddhaya.